in shadows lurking deep, a light begins to burst. All eyes will stumble down, for truth redeems us first. God's light, it shines so bright, no darkness can conceal. His love is pure and true, His grace we deeply feel. With hate we'll never rise, but love will lead the way. In every heart a flame, God's light will ever stay. Unconditional love pouring from above, in every broken heart is the
Oh, hello. Howdy. We are here and going live for the first time here in the new year. Well, that's good to know, Daniel. In my case, chat's working this time. A little bit of here setting things up. Welcome to anybody out there watching. Feel free to say hello. Just to hang out. Talk and see what's going on. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit better. Still having some issues here and there, but I'm not I'm not still in the hospital, so it's always a plus. Although they did try to kick my butt in there against my will, all because the VA pays for it. That has its own funny stories going on with it. Yeah, it's Friday night, Saturday morning for those that are in the future. Good afternoon for those that are really in the future. I don't know if any of those fun folks will stop by. It would be great. How's this audio sounding? Trying to get it all dialed in. So yeah, just a couple minutes to see if anybody else wants to come on and join us and say hello. Let's guide the topics. What all do we want to talk about? And I'll wait that out. Let's see. Find a song for a minute. Possibly show up. If anybody else wants to join the party. Well, not so much a party, just a campfire hangout. Yeah, no, midwinter. That's fine. Yeah. Try to figure out if I can do certain things. And one of those is, I guess, you can't give membership until you have at least 5 to 10 members. Something, I don't know. What it seems like to me anyway. So much different. I'm not there yet. Seeing what all I can do here. Oh, that was so much fun. Oh, already. That, oh, what shall we talk about? WMS. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That wasn't supposed to happen. Trying to drum up something here. Uh, gonna New Year. Now stuff. I guess we're going over not so fun experiences at the hospital. Had to call an ambulance. Really couldn't breathe. And 4 hours later, they admitted me, telling them that I had no teeth and GERD, aka reflux. Made it almost impossible for me to pre-order anything during my admission. On regular diet was interesting, although I couldn't really eat the first 2 days because I just couldn't breathe. Uh, I turned around and spaghetti with meatballs and red sauce, which is not good for someone with acid reflux. And this is Texas. When is sweet tea not an option? If you're not a diabetic, like at that hospital. And of course, the meal portions were nothing. The medical doctors or doctor would only show up basically once per 24 hours. Heartburn on a plate. And not only that, but apple juice. Well, actually, not even apple juice. Orange juice. So orange juice, which is acidic. Red sauce spaghetti. Acidic. And they didn't bring me the phone to be able to order down. They didn't give. They have nowhere listed Then you pre-order your meals. Nobody came in to request ahead of time. The phone was nowhere near me for the first 2.5 days. And they said stuff, well, heck, the tray table was even too far from me. And everything was set on top of the so-called menu. And then, yeah, let's just give a person a small 4-ounce drink a day, or per meal, which is a total of 12 ounces. You know, the little school milk cartons. And coffee. I won't even go about the coffee. I didn't even really try that. Actually, they should make their rounds twice a shift at least. Beginning a shift and end a shift. Every 12 hours, just to make sure there's no change to the patient. It's my first time personally being admitted to the hospital, but I've definitely seen, well, a lot better care for the maternity ward. And then, oh, this is a fun one. Apparently the floor was I think the floor used to be the maternity ward, but it's no longer. And this is the bathroom layout. Oh my goodness. One, pretty much just the floor was designed for those that are fall risk or obese, like I am, combination. And needless to say, it's next to impossible to. It was next to impossible to really use the porcelain. It was too close to the wall, and that was the first time I tried. I sat off the pull chain. And literally everything they kept sending up to my room, meals, was not the, all stuff designed to exacerbate my acid reflux. And they also kept giving me shots and things. Uh, Chemical diuretic that, yeah, made my ankles skinnier, but also removed what little gums removed my gums, made it even harder for me to eat. My gums were in pain, so I could only eat really soft foods, but they kept sending up harder food, including a biscuit that, yeah, looked like May Clampett made it. And I tried to request charge nurse or the director of nursing. I barely got a nursing supervisor who my complaints with. It took about 3 to 4 days of being home before I was able to start eating something semi-solid. My gums were that bad. Our nursing staff wasn't the greatest. And then the funny thing was, is their so-called Hawaiian dish. I think their dietitian doesn't know what a Hawaiian dish is, and just because you put a pretty non-edible flour on the plate does not make it Hawaiian. What the heck? So that's 3 to 4 days for me to my gums to heal enough to do something halfway decent. Because I can usually gum things most of the time, hamburgers and hot dogs, semi-soft. But my gums were so sore, eating pudding was painful. Oh, that was my hospital visit just before Christmas. I asked for it when I was awake enough to do so. There was still nothing to say when I could, when I was supposed to pre-order my meals or anything. I finally unburied the menu and stuff. But I mean, I was because of the way they were injecting me and things like that. Basically, what was it? I went in on Friday night. Was it Tuesday? I believe I checked. But yeah, it wasn't until basically Tuesday that I had enough talents about me and wherewithal about me to start really advocating for myself. Oh, it wasn't heparin they were giving me. They were giving me that stuff that's heparin on steroids. So they said it's like twice as powerful as heparin. They thought that they could take the extra 100 pounds of me off with those shots. No, they don't work like that. Yes, that's what I got to deal with just before Christmas. And yeah, part of it was my fault because I took my scooter up to a store right at dusk and drove it full speed there and back, and as the wind started cooling and the shorts are not very well protected as the weather was dropping. I kind of did it to myself in a way, but Yeah. But all day Friday I couldn't breathe. Friday I couldn't breathe, and finally that evening I gave in and had my wife call an ambulance. Said that's the first time ever in my soon to be 50 years, at least since I've been cognizant enough to think about myself, that yeah, that I've been admitted to the hospital. Doesn't mean I haven't been there for other reasons, such as birth of children and things, and for other family members and whatnot. But I know that, as I've said in the community note I posted, that even though it's the first time really in 40, 50 years, um, there's more of those to come. I know it. I know what my health problems entail for the future. So all I can do is hope other things work out the way they're supposed to, and our family can at least have some enjoyment for the remaining years. Between my health problems versus my wife's health problems, we're in a race that neither one of us wants to be in. Who buries who? Neither one of us want to be first. Neither one of us want to be last either. So, well, I'm not 50 yet, but I've only got a couple months before I am. So that's where the concept of some of the, well, at least one song that I've posted so far, possibly a few others will be coming out on my channel. Uh, yeah, that's the reason for the century concept a little bit. If anybody else is out there and wants to jump in and say hello, please do. To talk about other stuff than just my health, about what's on the news or what's not on the news. I don't know. To, pay attention to all sorts of things, like the First Amendment auditors catching the fake out there in Houston area. I'm sure EMS. Sorry, you have the health problems you do. Unfortunately, it's either you have the health a ton of health problems. One of those that's super lucky to make it another 50 years. Not too much in between. I met people that are 80 and 90, and compared to me, their health is like a 30-year-old. Like that, nabbit. Trade you. But it is what it ain't. See how many people try and copy that saying. Uh, I can't even just monitor the chat directly on Rumble. Just wanting to push play on the video. Well, at least chat is working on Restream here. Throw up some other music for the background here a little bit. Created that. AI. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't do much on the parody stuff, but besides, JK and DJ Radis are great at that stuff. I definitely don't want to interfere with their gig on that. Plus, I know I could never come up with anything near as good. Excuse me. I wish our buddy Bond Trooper was out there and would come in and say hello. That'd be nice. He knows he's always welcome. But if he's out there, he's hiding. Well, come in. And you might be sleeping in for the weekend. Yeah. Sitting here, maybe we'll maybe. I'll premiere it here first, and then I'll put a video out of it. See if I break restream here. Wow. I probably will. Well, they got some pretty dedicated schedules on what they're doing things. Oh, here's a song I recently created. And I'm watching the live cast too, so there you go. Quiet. I'll be quiet for a minute.
White lines and salt water, brine in the back of my throat, gear jammer, wave breaker, now the pulpit is my boat. 50 years of shaking ground, heavy heels on a gravel road, heaven bound, heaven bound. Lay down this heavy load. Oh, knuckles scarred from iron wheels, Babel worn to the bone, the diesel smoke, the ocean peel, ready to be called home. No more hills to climb, no more tides to fight, just the golden chime in the middle of the night. Salt in my blood, diesel in my breath, hands like old rope, play tug of war with death. I chase down horizons on rust and on faith, every mile a sermon before I knew your name. Salt in my blood, diesel in my breath, half a century of turmoil, trials and tests, been a sailor, a trucker, now a preacher short of breath. Can't wait for the heavenly jubilations, yeah. Can't wait for the heavenly jubilations. wheelhouse. White lines in the rain, pulled over by my conscience. You were calling out my name. Now I lean on this pulpit, knees about to give, but I've never been more ready to trade this life for life that lives. Scars like a road map across my skin, across my past. Every wrong turn, every breakdown, you were there in the gas and the glass. Now I'm almost out of breathing, but I'm full of grace instead. One more amen on my lips and a promise up
Yeah, he is coming again soon. Don't know how soon. That song I'll be putting up on my page soon. Called Salt in My Blood, Diesel in My Breath. I thought I'd put together this live stream, so I'm starting to lose some subscribers. Woohoo. Currently only have one member. So they occasionally get to see something before it's posted. The elites, so called, if you want to call them elites, they're just straight up demon possessed or demon worshippers. He was here. He might have tucked out. To do his thing. Because, yeah, when I tend to put these live streams on, it does pretty late. At least here in Central Time. coaxed him out of his rabbit hole, his hobbit hole. Rabbit. Uh, what else should we talk about? Still waiting. What do you mean? What do you want to do, Daniel? So many things out there to do. Do-do, 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 do-do. Okay. Without me knowing a lot more that I don't need to know, I don't have much comment on that. That's talk to Daniel on that. That's good. Always good to have some freedom. Those places can be both good and bad. place or the freedom he has now? Yeah. If they managed anything like my hospital stay, yeah, then bad. Freedom is good. But at least he has you to help him navigate his newfound freedom. Oh, I'm sure it does. Those places love nickel and diming everybody to death, literally. Whether it's that specific type of place or the assisted living facilities, as they call them nowadays, aka what most of us know as nursing homes. Seen some good ones, but mostly bad ones. Well, that's good. Room and port places are a little better. But whenever you're in a place where the staff has control of your funds, that's never good. Anybody that watches this later or anything, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. Membership's always good, but you can always come join on Discord. Links are in the YouTube bio. Had to throw that in here somewhere. And unfortunately, too many places have been known to not properly take care of those that are under their care and direction. People who are there for the paycheck and the opportunities for other misdeeds. Yes, I'm quite the cynical person these days. But I have seen too much and been through too many things to not be a little cynical. Does he actually know what he was saying? But yeah, what accents we pick up can be a little bit with our environment. I know if I hang around, say, a group of British people, I'll start sounding a bit British. And it's not meant as an insult. He at least knows what he's saying in those other languages. He learned something. Maybe he can help me mess with my Nigerian identity thief. Well, of course, one of the first things to learn are all the bad words. Things might be even worse than that was said in the facility, but I don't know. I'm not going there, and totally understand. So then, what do you think of those Somali daycare centers? You want to kind of go along the same lines of thinking? Okay. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, those. That's what I was talking about. I so hope Trump is able to get a lot of them sent back to their home countries. And there's definitely no reason for the Venezuelans to stay in the U.S. anymore. Go bye 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 bye. The reason they won't go is because they were an invasion force. Therefore, yeah, proving Trump correct. By the way, how is my audio sounding? Are you able to hear me clearly, or am I cutting in and out? Or just the intensity of my volume cuts in and out? Okay, I'll try not to get too far from the microphone. Well, this is a somewhat cheap little setup. The microphone soundboard thing. But guess it's better than the built-in computer mic. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Uh, peek at my stuff here. I get it. Weather's not the greatest. And you have COPD or emphysema or any of the lung breathing pulmonary issues. Time of year is not great. Describe some of those, but decided not to take them. When they're here, I might end up taking them eventually, but pretty hardcore dosage. and the side effects didn't exactly make me feel comfortable. Man, this has been one of those fun years. Weather back and forth, back and forth. Unless you're up in the central north and northeast, and then your breathing can be exacerbated by what the different types of heating methods. Places like New York State still allow heating oil, and if you do wood burning, that can cause problems. Yeah, no perfect heating solution. And then you got a stubborn mule like myself that will still smoke a cigarette on top of everything. Spraying what where? Well, hello, weed to me. Long time no see. Just having general kitty cat. And learning the difference between contrails and chemtrails. Make sure you one's which. It's also been a while since I've been live. I'll admit it. I haven't really done a live since before the holidays, really. Everyone their space. Oh, let's have a little fun here. Go ahead and blame me. Everyone else does.
Snap, pop, crackle, the bones all creak. The mirror whispers you look antique. Limberness left on a long lost streak. Oops, there went another thought too quick. Snap, pop, crackle, oh, the years all
Here we go, a little fun.
Where'd I put my keys? They disappeared. Younger times were fast, now I'm shifting gears. Snap, pop, crackle, let's laugh through the tears. Wrinkles like maps, tracing tales untold. Brains a jukebox, but the songs are old. Forgetting something, but thoughts on hold. Oops, it's gone like socks.
Much my microphone pick does.
Oh, I bend, I groan, I stretch, I moan, but wisdom grows while youth pulls.
Anyone else out there, feel free to jump in and say hello.
The years are here. When I put my glasses, oh, they're near. Younger times were fast, now I'm shifting gears. Snap, pop, crackle, let's laugh through the tears. Snap, pop, crackle, life's still a show. Each creak and ache a badge we show. Forgetful or not, we still can glow. Snap, pop, crackle, let's take it slow.
Well, that's a decent amount of being called. Uh, yeah, but it could be worse. Whoop, phone call.
White lines and salt water, brine in the back of my throat. Gear jammer, Wave breaker, now the pulpit is my boat. 50 years of shaking ground, heavy heels on a gravel road, heaven bound, heaven bound. Lay down this heavy load. Oh, knuckles scarred from iron wheels, Babel worn to the bone. The diesel smoke, the ocean peel, ready to be called home.
Alright, had a phone call there. We'll slowly start wrapping up a little bit. But enjoy this song for the moment.
No more hills to climb, no more tides to fight, just the golden chime in the middle of the night. Salt in my blood, diesel in my breath, hands like old rope, play tug of war with death. I chase down horizons on rust and on faith. Every mile a sermon before I knew your name. Salt in my blood, diesel in my breath. Half a century of turmoil, trials and tests. Been a sailor, a trucker, now a preacher short of bread. Can't wait for the heavenly jubilation.
Well, at least they contact you.
Can't wait for the heavenly jubilation. Storms in the wheelhouse, white lines in the rain, pulled over by my conscience. You were calling out my name. Now I lean on this pulpit, knees about to give, but I've never been more ready to trade this life for life that lives. Scars like a road map across my skin, across my past. Every wrong turn, every breakdown, you were there in the gas and the glass. Now I'm almost out of breathing, but I'm full of grace instead. One more amen on my lips and a promise up ahead.
I want to thank everyone for coming by. Now it's getting late. Some people are going to bed. We barely swapped the calendar a little bit. Hopefully, I'll be getting back onto a decent streaming schedule soon and be able to have me on here more often. Y'all have a great night.
We gathered round the campfire's glow. Stars dance high where the warm winds blow. Sweet tea in a mason jar, thick as a stone. Laughter floats like smoke, we're never alone. Dr. Pepper fizzing light hits the glass. Coffee brewing slow, time here seems to pass. Hot cocoa whispers tales to the night. Stories of the road where everything feels right. Kicking back with friends, no worries in sight. KD7 LTN by the radio's light. With amateur radio, we share our land, holding on to moments as embers turn to sand. Eric tunes the dial, finds a friendly voice. Static crackles softly in the quiet, we rejoice. Talking about the little things, living day by day. Simple countryside where we'd rather stay. Cedar smoke mixes with the midnight dew. There's magic in the air in everything we do. Peggy tells a story about the mountains far. Just another chapter neath this familiar star. Kicking back with friends, no worries in sight. KD7 LTN by the radio's light. With amateur radio, we share our land, holding on to moments as embers turn to sand.